So that's how you would do that arch. Now, let's just say you want to have a two-color rhinestone design. So let's go ahead and go to football now. So we have football typed out, and let's go ahead, and I know my TRW 7 is, I know that's a two-color design, so there we go. Nope, go here. Let's go to my TRW 7. So we have our first color in there, so this is going to be the fill. So again, if I look at my font preview here, I know the uppercase is give me the fill, which it did, and then my lowercase is going to give me the outline. So now all I have to do is go back to my Stone Wizard, hit edit, and hit my two-color magic, and there it is. So that's how easy it is to create a two-color rhinestone design using TrueType fonts in the TRW Stone Wizard. Now, of course, I just hit my resize design. It's going to ask me now all stones are 0.129. Would you like to replace? I'm going to hit yes, and it's going to replace it to the correct size. So now what I have is all my stones are 0.129, and we're ready to go from there. Okay? So that's how you would add the second color to a TrueType font. Now, the only thing is with when you're working with the two-color magic text here, the only thing you cannot do with it is do a second color for the numbers. So let's go ahead and bring that baseball mom design in here so I can show you guys how to incorporate another cool thing that you can do with the wizard so you guys can show a wider form of the mock-up to your customers so they can see two sides of it. That we can, do a little bit more of an add-on to that particular design. So let's just say, they want to have the baseball mom and rhinestones on the front. So you already had the design created, but they really want to add some custom names to the back and numbers. So let's just say they want to add Marrero to the back with a number 24. Okay? But now, Marrero is not the most common name, so you don't want to do it in rhinestones because it's going to be a one-time cut. Okay? So what you want to do is actually do it in vinyl. So what we can do is let's go ahead and we have our baseball design, our rhinestone design is completed. So now what we can do is just go ahead and add the custom in the back. So let's go ahead and type out Marrero. So I have my last name here, and we're going to add that to the back of the shirt, and I'll show you guys how to do that in the mock-up here. So we have this on the back, and now we want to go ahead and add 24 to the bottom. So I'm going to go type out 24. Just going to go ahead and increase the size of that, and then we'll change the size of the number here. So make this just a tad bit smaller. So now what we have here is our last name. We got the number on the back. Actually, let's go ahead and make this just a tad bit smaller there. So now we have this in place. So now what I can do is I can go hit my Marrero. I'm going to hit the 24 here, and I'm going to hit C to center it all. Okay, so I selected both of these. I selected the name, and I selected the number, and I hit C to center it. Okay, so now that I get it centered, I want to select a cool font for the 24. So I know, again, let's go back to my fonts. I know I have that cool baseball image one, so there's my baseball image. Let's go ahead and make it just a tad bit, change the size there. Okay, so now we have the Marrero 24, but we still want to fill in the 24. Okay, so I still, yeah, no, Russ, he said make it bigger so Matt doesn't pick on you. I know. I always make the number a little bit too small, and Matt always picks on me. So Russ knows how that goes. He was here one time when I was getting picked on. He was visiting the warehouse. Russ is a great guy, great friend of ours. We actually just saw him at, I believe, in LA when we were down for the ISS show. Okay, so we got the 24 here, and now we need to add the second color. So we need to add that cavity into the inside here. Okay, what I need to do now is, because I can't use the two-color magic text to actually add the second color, what I'm going to use the two-color magic text now is to copy the 24. So when I hit that, it just copies that 24, and it gives me that orange. So now what I have is two different layers. So I have my black layer and the orange, one on top of the other. Okay? Anybody need to see how I did that again? Jen, I'll show you how to do the centering here in a second, okay? So let's go ahead and go back. I'm going to go ahead and undo. Okay, so let's just say you have your C here, Jen, and I select my Marrero, and I hit C. It just centers it for me. You see that? So now the M and the 24, or the Marrero and the 24 are perfectly centered. You see that? Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and go here, and let's go ahead and add the two-color magic here, and I'm just going to go ahead and select over it. So I'm just going to highlight my 24 again, okay? And Kim, why can't you use the magic text? Magic text is only made for the letters because we're working with, when it adds a second color, it's working with the upper and lowercase. So with the numbers, we haven't gotten it to where when you actually hit the second color, you would have to use the symbols. So it's a little bit complicated, but it doesn't work with the numbers right now, okay? It only works with the actual text. Okay, so in that case, again, I hit the two-color magic just to do the copy. I highlight over the 24, and now if I hold down Shift, so I'm just going to hold Shift down and hit 24 again. There it is. So it adds a second color for me. Now I have my Marrero 24. In this design, we can go ahead and add it to the back of my shirt. So biggest thing I want to do is make sure that I add both of the designs that are going to go on the t-shirt inside my workspace. So inside my actual Corel workspace, so right here. And if you need to increase the size, no problem. Go up to the top here, and you can actually increase the size of my workspace. So now what I have here is my baseball design. I have my Marrero 24. But let's go ahead and change the colors here. So let's go ahead and change the color to, let's go ahead and change that to white, to my crystal. Oh, actually, I need to ungroup it first. So I'm going to go here, ungroup. Now I can select all my black. Oh, looks like we're still grouped here. All right, so now we're ungrouped. I can go here, select all my black, and I'm going to go ahead and go make that crystal. We're going to go ahead and make all the red. We're going to go ahead and make it cyan. So red cyan, and then we're going to go ahead and make our bats all topaz. So let me see where we got topaz. It looks like it's in the top here. Okay, perfect. So now what I have here is we have our mockups tab. So under our mockups tab, we have, you'll see here we have background colors. We have a description here, so you can type in TRW TRW baseball mom 24. So that's what's going to show for the description. You can also add the logo. You can add simulate stone detail, and then I prefer to do the watermark at the end, primarily because the watermark is just a layer that's going to go on top of the whole mockup. So once you put the watermark down, you can't really edit unless you move the watermark out of the way or hold shift. So I add the watermark at the end, and I do that by adding it right down here. So we have an add watermark tab here. If I click that add watermark, it's going to add it right to the page. So I just leave the add watermark towards the end. Of course, you always want to add the watermark because it's going to protect your image. So if you have a Rhinestone design, vinyl design, nobody can copy it. But again, that's just a quick trick there. Just wait till the end, add it at the end, and that way you don't have any issues when editing that particular design. Okay. Now let's go ahead and zoom in here, and let's go ahead and what colors are you guys thinking for the design here? What are you guys thinking for the last name and then the image inside here? Okay, can the baseball design be converted to vinyl? It could. It could. Technically it could. I could trace that design and convert it to vinyl. Absolutely. Blue and gold. Okay, so we got blue and gold. So let's go ahead and do, what do you think? Last name in blue. All right, let's go ahead here, blue, royal blue. And then notice how you give that nice looking vinyl effect there. And then let's go ahead and do the orange. We'll do gold. All right, so I know Matt showed this I believe last week at the webinar. But we have let me see where it is here. Our interactive fill tool. So if you want to make this a little bit sharper here, the vinyl part here a little bit sharper, I can go back to my interactive tool. Oh, let me see here if it was the interactive. I know he did it last week. I wanted to show you guys real quick here. Let's see where we got. All right, maybe I can't find it in here. All right, I'll show you guys in the later webinar how to change the actual look of the vinyl here. And I know, like I said in the last webinar, he did it. I was trying to do it, but I couldn't find exactly which one he actually used. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on here. So we got a mockups feature here, and now what we can do is, yes, actually, Chrissy, that's what it was. Yes, perfect. So let's go ahead and select here, and I'm going to go right back to my interactive tool here. So now what I have is once I select my item, thank you, Christy, and that's why you guys are here to help me out. There's a lot of things going in my head when I'm doing the webinar, so I really appreciate you guys helping. You guys help me out like that. All right, so select my design here. And now if I increase the size of it, notice what it does. It actually changes the look of the actual glitter vinyl there. So you see that? So if I change it and make it smaller, see how it actually changes the distortion of the look? So let's go ahead and make it smaller and look how much cleaner and nicer that looks there. Okay? So that right there is going to be very useful if you want to make that glitter area look a lot nicer. Okay? So let's go ahead. Now that we made that look a little bit better there, now we're ready to create our mock-up. Okay? So I'm going to highlight the part of the design that I want to go to the front of the shirt. So the baseball mom is going to go to the front, and the Marrero 24 is going to go on the back. Okay? So what we need to do is first, I'm going to go back to my mock-up with product here, and we're going to go customer mock-up, and then you can also change here to create. You can do the different, you can edit the different mock-ups as well if you need to. But we also need to go here where it says mock-up with product, and I'm going to do the drop-down here, and now what I have is my selection where it says front, double front, proof back. What I want is a proof, and I want a front and back. So I'm going to get the documentation sheet, and I'm also going to get my front and back of the shirt. Okay? So now let's go ahead and hit my women's crew neck here. It's going to run through the design. So this is actually a pretty large design. It has 1,300 stones. So It's going to calculate all the stones, it's going to read out all the information for me, and it's going to place it directly onto my shirt. All right, so there it is. Now we have our mock-up completed. So let me go ahead and zoom in and show you all the goodies that those wizards did for us. So one thing it did was, if I zoom in here, we have now rhinestones. So rather than just circles, we actually have rhinestones now. Okay, so now we have the real looking design on that t-shirt. So one thing we can do, of course, we can't see the baseball mod part of it, the baseball, the M, and the inside. So what I can do is I can change the color of the shirt, of course. Okay, so let's just say your customer wants it in yellow, red, any other color to make it stand out more. So let's go ahead and go like a nice gray here. See that? So now if I zoom in, you can see that design a lot better. Okay, now if I did want to go ahead and add a little bit more to that design, I can hold shift. I can hit my magic bling here, hit shift, and it's going to add a little star to it, just add a little bit more pop to that design. You see that? So if I zoom out, now it looks like actual bling. Of course, we're going to add a little bit more flair to your design. Okay, same thing with the back of the shirt here. If I want to change the color, we can go ahead and do that. And there's my Marrero 24. There's my design. Now, if I zoom down here, it's going to give me all the rhinestone details of my rhinestone design. So it's going to tell me it has 409 SS10 topaz stones. It has 813 crystal stones, and it has 162 of the red. Okay, tells me the size, so it has 1384 total design, 7.6 tall, 8.8 wide. So just making it easy for your customer to see exactly what they're getting when you create this design. So again, there's no materials that you're using. You're not sending them any samples. You're just sending them the mock-up. Okay. Another great thing about the mock-up, again, we did the proof sheet here. But if I zoom at the proof sheet, everything you see here can be edited. So if you want to really change what it says here, rhinestone colors, you can do vinyl colors. It doesn't matter. All that can be edited to fit your business policy. So we just made a documentation sheet. So now you create this design. Your customer agrees on it. They hit signature here. They sign it off, send it back to you. Now this design is ready to create. Later on the road, they want to create the same design. No problem. You have this documented in your folder. You have it in your server, wherever you're saving it. You have it there. Once your customer comes back, just look it up. And then you have exactly what they pay for it, what the design looked like, the colors used, and everything you can to track that particular design, so you can go ahead and make it very quick and easy for that follow-up if they want to get different or more shirts. All right. I do see a lot of questions coming in, guys, so let me go ahead and answer a lot of your questions here. Ron, how does the product with the glitter on it as it looks versus the mock-up? Ron, that what I did there was just for the mock-up purposes. Once you actually cut it, it's not going to affect the actual vector image, okay? Because if I go back here, I can just go ahead and change this back to normal. See that? So if I just change it back to my normal colors, notice how it didn't do anything. It just exactly how it was before. If I go to my wireframe, see there's nothing unusual with that particular design. So it doesn't actually affect the vector image. What it does is just makes the mock-up look better, so your customer is more satisfied and gets to see the image in real life. All right. Michael, can the mock-up place the design in a specific location, like say when you want it in the left chest, not in the center? Yes, you can. In the video that we released last week, Mike, where we showed how to do a custom mock-up, is going to show you that as well. But let me show you real quick, and this is exactly why I don't add the watermarks until the end, because let's just say you did want to do that, Mike, and I already created a mock-up. All I have to do really is just go here. I'm going to change the size, and I can just move it up to the top here, and there it is. So there's my design ready to go. You see that? So, I mean, really quick and easy, you can do that. I mean, editing afterwards, and then all I have to do is just select here, hit my watermark, and you see that now my design is protected. So I have watermark on it, and then there's my logo right in the left-hand chest, ready to go. Okay? No, I didn't even click. Yeah, Chris, you can click Shift if you have the mock-up ready. So you can click Shift to actually select. So I'm holding Shift now. I highlighted it and selected the design underneath the watermark. I just think it's easier just to work without the watermark and then hit Add Watermark at the end, just to solidify the image and that the mockup is complete. And then I'm ready to go. That way I don't have to worry about that. Exactly. It's the easiest way for me, I think, to do it. And you know, like the Shift, yeah, you can do it that way, but I think it's just a pain in the butt, to tell you the truth. Okay. Cedric, Rudy, I'm using the trial right now. Are any features disabled in the trial version? The reason I asked is that when I did a mock-up, it puts a box around my layout when it shows in the mock-up on the shirt. Cedric, with the great thing about the trial version, Cedric, is that you get the full version with the trial. So Same things I'm doing here, you'll be able to do with your trial version. It just might sound like there's just one issue with the image. Cedric, if you send me the file to info at the Rhinestone World, I can look at it and see what's going on with your design, all right? And then I can figure out what if it's something with the software or if it's something with the actual file, all right? Debbie, what is a customer has a logo and you have to separate the colors? Debbie, are you saying for vinyl? Let me show you here. So for vinyl, we also have, which is actually a great question. Let me, I was actually going to get to that here. Let me show you guys something, because I was actually going to create a multi-deck design here. Show you how to add stones to the outside and then leave the inside as a vinyl. But let me show you real quick how we can do that. All right, so let's just say let's go ahead and type out cheer. All right, so we have cheer typed out. And then I'll show you at the end here how you can separate those colors. And also how you can separate the colors from the rhinestone part of it, all right? So let's go ahead and have cheer here. I'm going to go to my fonts tab, and I'm just going to type in TRW, and I believe we have a cheer design, so let me see. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and go with my cheer design here, my cheer font, TrueType font that we have created. Let me go ahead and go back to my stone wizard, and I'm just going to go and hit edit, two-color magic. So there we go, my two-color magic, exactly what I showed you guys how to do earlier. Okay, now we want to add stones to this particular design, okay? So what I want to do first is I want to create a boundary around here. So I just want stones to go around just the word, all right? So I don't want stones to go in here, and if they do, it's going to be minimal. I can just delete those. But first things first, let's go ahead and go to my toolbar at the top here, and what I have here is my boundary. So it's going to create a boundary for me. So right here, so we have our different modify features up here, and then we have here highlighted is my again, boundary. So now when I zoom in, I have a boundary around those letters, so I can take that off. You see that? So now I'm ready to create my island fill to the outside so I can place my stones, okay? So now we're under our place and fill tab, which is primarily our main window for rhinestoning, okay? So from here, I can add my islands. So islands are very simple. Let me go ahead and show you guys real quick what the islands does. So if I select my circle here and I do one island to the inside, what happens is, let me go ahead and change the contour spacing here. It just adds an island to the inside. You see that? So it just adds a contour line to the inside. If I don't add any islands, and I just do it to the inside, it actually creates an island all the way, just keeps replicating that design all the way to hit the center there. Okay? So that's what the islands does. So what I want to do in this case is just create one island to the outside. Okay? So I'm going to select my boundary again. So let's select that boundary, and I'm going to go one island to the outside. I'm going to add stones, and I'm going to corner detect. The reason for that is for every single edge you see here, that corner detect is going to recognize it, and it's going to make those stones fit there appropriately. So it's not going to be overlapping. All right? Christy, Matt never types cheer. I always like cheer just because of the shorter word. I always type TRW or Rudy, but I got a lot of, everybody in the warehouse started hating on me for typing in Rudy, so I changed it up for them so I don't have to hear the peanut gallery when I get done with the webinars. Always baseball. Yep. Actually, funny thing, he's actually working. He's got all the stuff. He's actually, I had to kick him out of his office to do the webinar, but he's got all his equipment over here, his son's equipment, all the baseball bats, baseball gloves, cleats, everything around his office, as you guys can see from the photos. So, but I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge baseball guy myself. If you guys never knew, Matt was my baseball coach in high school, so he was my pitching coach actually. So we've known each other for quite a while. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and finish this off here. So now we have, and I do see a lot of questions coming in, guys, and Nick is doing his best to answer them for you guys. So again, just keep them coming. Let me know what you guys are thinking. All right? So again, we got our boundary set up here, and now what I need to do is add my islands to the outside, okay? So now I have everything selected I need. I'm going to do 0.07, and the reason for that is because if I don't, it's going to add my stones to this path, which I don't want, okay? So it's going to create this contour line for me. I'm going to hit my add stones, my island fill here, and there it is. So there's my stones, okay? Let's go ahead and let me show you guys one more time here so you guys can see that for anybody that missed it. All right? Tanya, do the letters have to be a certain size? They do not, okay? This is whatever size you need it to be. I have it right now. Oh, wow, that's actually pretty large. Let me go ahead. I'm glad you said something, Tanya. I didn't realize I was working with that big of a design. All right, so I've downsized it to 11 inches. Now we're ready to go, okay? Actually make it a little bit smaller, more realistic for you guys. So let's make it 9.7 here. All right, zoom in. I'm going to select just the boundary again, just the boundary, I'm going to zoom out here, and I'm going to hit my island fill. And there it is. So there's my stones. It's all in around my design here. So now I'm just going to highlight. I'm going to hit my clear paths. The clear path is basically going to delete this path that's going through every single stone I had just created. So if I go to my wireframe here, you see all those paths there? That's going to delete those for me. So let's go here. I'm going to hit clear paths, and now they're gone. You see that? So now I don't have any of those paths going through my stones. So now I can go in here and edit these particular stones out. But one thing I can do, notice how we have a lot of overlapping stones here. If I select one of them, and I just hit select all same colors, and I hit merge overlap here, so I'm going to just merge them all. See that? It just deletes them and cleans up those areas where they're touched. So now I can technically come in here and delete some of these out and make it look a little bit nicer, but you don't have to. I mean, that's up to you completely. So now I'm just going to go ahead and delete my boundary there, and there's my design ready to go. Okay? And I do see a lot of questions here. Shelby, how do I search for workout designs? Shelby, just type in workout. We do have also the section on the website for, I believe, working out as well, that you can look under some designs in there as well. Gail, how do I add the TRW toolbar to Corel X7X6? Gail, if you should have been able to download it when you downloaded the software. It should have given you the option to download it. If you didn't get that option originally, just go ahead and re-download the wizard into CorelDRAW, and then it should give you that option, okay? Thank you. My focus is working with organizations that have a design that needs conversion to Rhinestone. Perfect. Awesome, guys. So hopefully that helped there. Now, it's more of a basic design, just showing the outline. Looks like we got about 10 minutes. I can show you guys how to bring in a different design and show you how to fill it out as well. Let me go ahead, and I know I got I think a paw I might be able to work with. Let me see if I can bring that one in here. All right, but first things first, we're still not done with this design here. Okay, so this design is completed. Yeah, you showed the customer the mock-up. They loved it. Now they want the process created, or the product created. Okay, so what we need to do first is obviously we need to separate these to have our layers for the vinyl and for the rhinestones. Okay, but what we've actually done is we've added a feature in the wizard to make things very clear and easy for you guys. So when I separate these colors, there's one major thing I got to do with the vinyl part of it, but I don't have to do with the rhinestones. Do you guys know what that is? Okay, perfect. Look, some of you guys are cheating. Okay, yeah, perfect, exactly. So mirror. So you're gonna have to mirror the vinyl, but not the rhinestones. Exactly. All right. So yeah, exactly. So we're gonna mirror it, and then the rhinestones is still gonna stay the same. The reason for that, obviously, the rhinestones, you cut the material from the top. With the vinyl, you cut it from the back. Okay. So what I want to do is going to go to my templates here, and now before, remember when I did it, I hit left click on the TRW Magic templates, correct? But if I highlight it, and I showed you guys down here, notice, just look down here when I scroll over my tab for the TRW Magic templates, okay? What it tells you, it says right-click mirrors, shift-click adds registration, okay? So what does that mean? If I right-click it, it's going to mirror just the vinyl part of it, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Right-click, and there it is. So I have my cheer, the outline, we have the fill here, and then the rhinestone part, still perfect, still in rhinestones. You see that? So that part didn't get mirrored, because we don't have to mirror the sticky flock material. The vinyl does get mirrored because you have to mirror because you cut the vinyl from the back. Okay, does everybody need to see that again, the process again? So that's how you can create a quick multi-deck design in a matter of no time using the TRW Stone Wizard with the templates tab there. Okay, and now if you're working with signed vinyl, that's what that shift click does for you. If let's just say that inside here, the vinyl part was signed vinyl, because you're cutting that material from the top, if you hold shift and left click, it gives me registration marks. You see that? So there's my registration marks. If I hold shift right click, it's going to just do a mirror for the cheer part here. All right. So that's actually one of the newer features for the TRW Stone Wizard here, for the 2.14 that we released about a couple months back. Okay. I do see some other questions coming in. Margie, do you have to use CorelDRAW or does this work with Silhouette? Margie, you do need CorelDRAW. It is a macro for CorelDRAW, so it uses the graphic designing software of Corel, and then you do, because it's a plugin, it uses the features in Corel to do everything you see here. Sean, Rudy, how about a vector picture to full rhinestones? All right, let me see what I can do for you there, Sean. Let me see if let me see real quick what I can do. All right. Let me see if I can bring an image for you guys. I know I have a paw somewhere in here I can probably bring in. Let's see. Okay, so let's just say we have a paw here, okay? And this is just obviously a basic paw. You've probably seen thousands of these everywhere. And your customer wants to just convert this all into rhinestones. Okay, no problem. First things first, right now it's still a PNG file, so we need to convert this. Now this is going to get a little bit more complex. This is not so much beginner. But I know, like I said, we've done a lot of the beginner webinars and overviews, and I want to show you a little bit more of what the wizard can do for you guys as well, rather than just show all the features. I want to do a little bit more of what you guys are going to be doing in real time. So what we have here is the PNG file. We still need to convert it first off. So we need to go ahead and convert this into a vector image so that we can add the stones to it. And I see a lot of questions coming in. Eric, can you create a two-color font without a rhinestone font in SS10 and SS6s and SS10s with the TRW Stone Wizard? Absolutely, Eric. Let me show you. Actually, let me go ahead and do that here. So let's go ahead and trace I'm going to trace my design here, okay? So I'm tracing it using Corel Draw. And notice if I click away from the image, I don't see that trace bitmap option, okay? If I click on it, and now it comes up. So there's my trace bitmap. I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to go to Outline Trace, and I'm going to do Low Quality Image. Okay, so again, click off. You don't see it. Click on the image, trace bitmap, outline, low quality image. It's going to run through the design. It's just going to trace it for me real quick. So it's a very quick trace. But actually, that came out very nice. So there it is. Okay, perfect. So now what we have is our vector design. So if I went here and I ungrouped it, I can move these around. I can do whatever I need to do with those. Okay. Right now, but I just want to go ahead and keep it grouped for the time being. Now it looks like it actually came out really good. So now what I can do with this is, I know somebody asked earlier, can you do a two-color design with the outside being 10s and the inside being 6, or excuse me, vice versa, the outside being 6s and the inside being 10s? Of course. What I can do in that case is, let's go ahead and do one island fill to the outside. All right. I'm not going to do corner, and I don't want to add stones. So I just want to add one island to the outside. So that island right there is going to play like that's going to be my SS6 stones there. Okay? So now I can go ahead and add my stones to the inside as well. So I'm going to go here, and let's just go ahead and get rid of my islands. I'm going to go to the inside, and we'll do, actually you don't have to do 0.07. See what happens if I don't do 0.07. Oh, see what happened there, guys? Got to hit add stones for the stones to be placed. All right, so we're going to hit add stones, and there it is. So there is my inside of the design. Okay, so there's my SS10s, and now I need to make my 6s. So I'm going to come up here to my edit stone size, and I'm going to select my SS6s, and we're just going to go ahead and do, you know what, let's do 0.05. I think that's going to be enough. I didn't give it enough space in between, but I think this should work fine now if I do an island to the outside. So one island, I'm going to do it to the outside, and let's see what comes up. Perfect. Okay, so that's exactly what I needed there. So there it is. There's my two-color design. Now I can hold shift here, clear paths, and there it is, my two-color design. Okay. Now there's a lot of spaces in here where you need to actually do some editing to get those stones closer together, which is why I chose this particular design. And now notice how these are all the same. What you can do is we can edit just one and then place it 4 times around the screen. So you don't even have to recreate all 4 or fix all 4 of them. You can actually just fix one and add it to the screen, okay? And now, so I select the one that's, the easiest to fix, and I can simply go here. Notice how I have my stones here. These ones are touching, but if I go here and I hold shift, so I'm just going to hold shift and select these stones here, okay? So holding shift, it's going to select all these for me here. And now I have a magic respace tool at the bottom here, okay? This magic respace tool here is going to allow me to respace these stones accordingly and leave me evenly spaced in between all of them. So magic respace, and now I can get rid of some stones if I need to, and there it is. So now that space right there is cleaned off. So now I can move on to the second layer, or second level, I'm sorry. So again here, click, hit magic respace, there it is. And notice all it's doing is just cleaning up that area that was kind of, there was a nice little gap in between. So this is just cleaning that area up and making the design look nicer. So see that cleaned it up there. Now that area is ready to go. Okay? So that's how easy it is to respace and fix it and manipulate these designs once that actual design is created. Because with any software, any Rhinestone software, you're still going to do some type of editing and manipulating of stones. Obviously, what the great softwares do is allow you to do all the manipulating editing at a much quicker and easier process, which obviously is going to save you a lot of time and money in the future. All right. Shelby, awesome. I've been wondering how to do this. Oh, no problem, Shelby. Will you offer a 3.0 at the show in Columbus? Oh, looks like Nick answered that one. We will not be offering the 3.0 yet. We're still working on a lot of features for it. Like I said, it's going to be a really great upgrade for you guys. Jerry, I had a vector question too. I need to know how to change the simple vector laces to black. The vector has the laces transparent. Jerry, give us a call through the webinar and talk to one of the guys in the call center. They'll be able to help you out with that, all right? Penny, I purchased the Rhinestone Wizard about a year ago and have not done anything with it. Will I get the updates that have occurred since then? Penny, depending on which version you purchased, you still should have some type of versions in there. So if it was a 1.14, we upgraded to the 2.0, which you did have to pay. The difference was $70. But if it was the 2.0 that you have, Penny, you should be able to go into their order, your past orders, and actually download the update from there. Okay. Christy, is there any advice for selling rhinestones wholesale? Can the pricing calculator be altered? Christy, that's tough. Depending, obviously, that all depends on the pricing. The ones that the pricing calculator that we offer does not give you, you cannot alter it at all. All right, Tom, when I try to do a multi-stone font, trying to do SS10s and 6s, why do I get stones that are different sizes? Tom, in that case, I just try to do you ever just select one of the stones here and just hit replace stones and see what it does? And see if that should replace all your stones for and make them all the correct size. Monte, you make it look so easy. It doesn't work like that for me. Hey, Monte, and you know what? It didn't work for me like that when I first started. Trust me. And you'll see, even here and there, you'll see me messed up here and there. And that's just human nature. There's a lot of different features to learn. I never went to school to do this, obviously. I never went to school to be a rhinestoner, professional rhinestoner. But, that's where my life has taken me, and I've learned the software, and I've really enjoyed what I'm doing now. So to say, anybody can really learn this, and with the right education, the right instruction, and I feel like we're here to help you guys through that. I think it could definitely be done. Monty, like I said, it's just a little bit of repetition and practice, and you'll have this in no time. Okay. Veronica, Shelby, which one did you need me to do again? I'm sorry. Shelby, repeat for the magic respace. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Shelby, yeah, for the magic respace, the only time I held shift was to select my stone. So if I hold here, the only time I'm holding it now just so I can select all my different stones, and then I can hit my magic respace. But when I hit magic respace, I don't have to hit shift or anything. Okay. Tom, when I do it, it usually gives me 3 different size stones instead of 2. Interesting, Tom. If you can, just shoot me an email with that file, and I can look at it, see if it's something, or maybe just shoot us a call, and then we can sign onto your screen and see if we can fix that up for you. Okay. Janice, please add a hover explanation of each button. Maybe, Janice, actually, we do have that already. So if I go to edit here, so let's just say text spacing at the bottom here, you see where it says mark the layer of overlapping stones red. If I go over magic trap, it says shift click to trap the button shape. Now, this is the one thing I did want to show you guys is if I did want to know what each individual feature did for you, we actually created a video for every single feature on the wizard. Okay. So if I'm in the Stone Wizard edit tab here, and I have align objects, and I really don't know what that align objects feature does, what I can do is I can go back to my video tutorials tab here. I can go to edit, hit align objects, and that's actually going to take me to my YouTube channel that shows how to utilize that feature. Well, right now it showed me a commercial, but right here is that video, and again, it's just a 3-minute video, shows you exactly how to utilize that feature and what the best way to use it to save you time and money when using those features. All right, so that edit tab, that video tutorials tab is right in there for you guys to help you guys throughout the learning process. Of course, if you guys ever have any questions, you guys can always contact us. We'll be more than happy to sign on and help you guys with any questions that you guys might have. We also have, let me go ahead and bring this in real quick here. We also have under the tutorials tab, if you guys have never seen this, we have under this is the Rhinestone World website here. Under the tutorials tab, we have a documentation page here. Go ahead and get here, documentation. Now, if I click on the documentation page, I have all my different spec sheets here. So I have blade and materials, we have chemical fashion, vinyl technical data, true type font sizing chart, and we also have our TRW Stone Wizard and Corel shortcuts. So again, This is a little cheat sheet here that we created. Some of the, well, now this is not the most up-to-date. I know we've probably taught you guys a lot newer shortcuts since this shortcut sheet has been created, but we are working actually on adding more and editing a lot of these because we have a lot more shortcuts to show you guys that are going to really help you through the process. But for right now, this is going to be very useful. It's going to tell you a couple different shortcuts here with a wizard at the bottom here, and also a lot of the different shortcuts with Corel at the top. And this is actually something you guys can just go ahead on the website and download from the website. The links to the webinars you can just find right there on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, you'll be able to find all of our past webinars in there. Okay. Can we create our own fonts in TRW? Janice, you can. The only thing is you won't be able to create your own TrueType fonts. You can just actually just create a font. So let's just say you type out, let's just say we have Rudy, and you want to create that into a single line font. What I can do, if I go to my place and fill here, now this is something it's going to be pretty quick here, but I'll show you guys how this single line feature works here. So single line, two-way it works here. If I single click it, it's just going to run through and it's just going to convert that Rudy into a single line font. So that's just going to be a single line, but it's not going to have the stones on there for me. Okay, so let me go ahead and let Corel run through and do what it does here. And now you guys, make sure you guys stay tuned. I know we went over a little bit here. So here's my my line form here. So I can take that top part off, and there it is. Now you will have to do a little bit of editing here at the end here, or you can do it after you place the stones. Or another thing you can do, instead of left clicking, I can right click on the single line. And what that's going to do is it's going to run through the text here. It's going to create it into a single line, but it's also going to add the stones for me. So it's going to do it all. Instead of me having to come up here and add stones to selected path, this is going to do it all for me. It's going to run through the software. It's going to do, it's going to read how many stones it needs, and it's going to add it right to that text. All right, so it looks like we're having some issues here. And there's Corel crashing. It's like it's telling me it's past the hour, so you should get off. But of course, we won't do that. All right, so we're having a little bit of issues here with the Corel, but let me go ahead and bring that back up because I do want to show you guys one last thing here. Actually, I don't even need Corel for that. But if you right-click, it's basically going to create a single-line text for you. I think what happened was I had that text way too large. It looked like when I was crashing, I saw it was at 30 inches wide. So let me show you guys real quick how it did that. And then I'll show you guys. We'll have one last special for you guys. As you guys know, we'd like to treat you guys well. For everybody that joined us, we had actually an amazing turnout today with 150 people plus in the webinar. You guys are actually still all here. But I do have a little, a little something special for you guys here for everybody that attended the webinar. So stay tuned. Let me go ahead and just show you guys one last time here. So we'll go Rudy. All right. Just make that there. Let's go ahead and get our wizard out. And I'll show you guys how to do the right-click single-line trace. Now, of course, you can also do, so you can do that single line trace, you can do a hatch fill. So let me show you guys real quick a hatch fill here. So we can do a hatch fill, which is also going to do that. So if I do a hatch fill, see that it actually converts it for me. So there's my my stones there. Oh, let me go ahead and change that so you guys can actually see what I'm working with. So select it all and change it to black. So there it is. So you can actually change that to you can change it to all those fonts. You can also do just the outline of it. So here we just have the outline. Let's go ahead and clear paths. Hold shift. So highlight my design, hold shift, clear path. And see how I can just do the outline of it. Or like I said, if you want to just do just a single line, we can also do that by selecting right-clicking our single line trace feature here. It's going to run through it. It's going to convert it to a single line and add the stones to it. But for some reason, it just keeps not wanting to work correctly, huh? All right, so that might be something I have to look into after this webinar. Good to know. All right, guys, so best part of the webinar, of course, it's time to do some coupons. What do you guys think? So I'm going to let you guys actually select the type of coupon we're going to be doing today. So I got a little poll for you guys. So make sure you guys, let's see what you guys feeling today. I know download files is usually pretty big. What do you guys think about Rhinestones? Maybe a little sale on Rhinestones. We'll let you guys choose the coupon this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch it right now. Let me know what you guys think. So it's either 40% off download design files for 2 hours or 20% off Rhinestones for 2 hours. So what are you guys thinking? Alright, so 50% off down. Of course, 50%. Should have seen that one coming. No rust. 40% off download files. I got in trouble with the boss this weekend. I got to be on his good side. Russ, don't get me in trouble before our trip. Alright. So it looks like both, of course. So it looks like it's an overwhelming victory for the download design file. So, alright guys, so it looks like 40% off download designs is going to be the coupon code for 2 hours. Let's go ahead and make that coupon code right now. Alright, let me go ahead and write it down. This is actually something we just did here at the end. So, let's do TRW Web DL. What's today's date? Today is the 17th. So there it is. So TRW Web Download 17 is going to be our coupon code. I'll go ahead and create it while. So make sure you guys get that written down there. I'm actually creating the coupon code right now as we speak. So give me 1 second. And now that's going to be off. That's going to be good off. Alba, can you see the code right here? I have it typed out on my screen. Can you see that? Uh-oh. Can you guys not see that? Let me see what's going on here. Alright, so give me 1 second, guys. Looks like we're having, okay. No survey either? Alright. Oh, you know what it was? I know what it was. Okay. Perfect. Can you guys see my screen now? There we go. Hey, looks like somebody forgot to come in here and turn off the poll. So that was the issue that we were having there. Sorry, guys. Alright, so there's the coupon code, the TRW Web DL17. I am making the code for you guys right now as we speak. So let me go ahead in here into this program and get this code selected for you guys. Just make sure that it's working before we get out of the webinar, okay? So again, that's going to be for 2 hours. So 4:10, we'll turn it off around 6:20. So we give you a nice little 10 minutes once you get off to actually be able to go on there. And again, guys, this is we do the coupon codes for everybody that comes and attends the webinars. So make sure you guys don't share these. This is specific for you guys, saying thank you for joining us today for the hour. You know, obviously, we want you guys to learn a lot here, but anything extra helps. So our goal, obviously, Matt always says, is to help you guys and at least teach you one thing every webinar. So hopefully we accomplish that today. As you guys can tell, we love doing these, helping you guys out, helping your business grow. But again, we do love suggestions and we do love feedback. So make sure you guys shoot us an email, shoot us some, you know, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any suggestions on the webinars, let us know. We love to see what you guys have to say, and we love to improve our teachings based on what you guys see and what will help you guys out. So definitely let us know, guys. And I am creating that coupon code right now. So that's going to be, again, 40% off the download files. Today's the 17th. Okay. So that, again, is TRW Web DL 17. And that's going to be 40% off, not $40. Okay, perfect, guys. So what I just did is I went in there and created that coupon code for you guys. So that, again, is going to be good off download design files, and it's going to be good off the magic templates, all the vector files, all that's going to be included. The only thing that won't be is obviously the font pack CDs and the bigger packs like that. But all the download designs, those are all included in there, and the magic templates, everything will be included in there. Okay, guys, so 6:20 will take that coupon code off, so you guys can go ahead and utilize those all the way until 6:20, and then you guys can keep using that coupon code. Just make sure, again, guys, don't share the coupon. I want to make sure this is something special for you guys, and you guys can utilize it for, of course, coming to the webinar and spending this hour with us. All right, guys. Again, I did have a great time. If you guys are in the area of Ohio, Columbus, at the end of this week, make sure you guys stop by. I know if you guys want to be in a nice, warm convention center, come see us. We'll be there. Also, next week, we got the Orlando webinar show. Excuse me, Orlando webinar. Orlando NBM show, which we're actually going to be giving away. Actually, NBM is going to be giving away that we donated a keurig, a blinked out keurig. So we're bringing the blinked out keurigs back. I know a couple years back we used to bring them to the show. We're actually bringing it back, and actually we teamed up with NBM, and they're going to be giving out on the last day. They're going to be giving out the keurig. So it's going to be a pretty cool event. Make sure you guys stop by that if you're in the area. All right. And also, finally, DAX, Kansas City. We got a class there, so make sure you guys in the area check that one out. Fortunately, I won't be there. I don't have one trip of cold weather is enough for me. But we'll be in AC in March as well, so Atlantic City. That's going to be another great show. So make sure you guys stop by that one. That's going to be March 13th, I believe. So we got a lot of great things coming, guys. Again, we're going to keep the webinars coming. We're going to keep the education coming, the videos coming. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know that this one got a little more intermediate than beginner. I did want to help you guys. I saw a lot of the things you guys were saying on Facebook. I know we do some of the surveys after the webinars, and I looked at a lot of those, and it seems like you guys wanted to do something different. So hopefully we went a little different route and helped you guys, and maybe taught you guys some new things today. Okay. Again, guys, I do appreciate all your time. If you guys have any questions at all, appreciate Nick's help on the other side answering your questions. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any concerns, questions, suggestions, shoot us an email, shoot us a call, 941-755-1696. info@rhinestoneworld.com is the email. Again, thank you everybody for joining me today. Have a great rest of the week, and see you guys at the shows if you guys are going to be there. Again, this is Rudy with the Rhinestone World signing off. Have a great day, everybody.